don't know why. I feel like I look like I'm working like a newsagent. It's like someone's going to come in and ask me for a lottery or something. You know what I mean? This should have like chewing gum and stuff in it. What's how it feels like. Hello, welcome to Colour Me Happy. It's fast become one of your favourite shows of the week. It's something that you all tune in for, and I know how much everyone absolutely loves it. Loads of you would already have these Illustrator markers that we're going to look at today. Now, I'll take you through all the housekeeping in just a second, but I need to introduce you to my special guest. I've got you an expert this week, and the expert is Leanne. How are you, Leanne?
Yeah, I'm okay, thank you. Can I have 2 books of first class stamps, please, Lou?
Yeah, please let me.
Lovely,
I'll do it in a drawer.
thank
1
you,
second.
Champion. Do you know what? I love our Fridays together, Joe, on a Colour Me Happy show, and I'm really excited about today because we get to look at Illustrator markers, and they are absolutely the pièce de résistance of all of your alcohol marker colouring, and will work brilliantly with any of the other markers that you might have got from Spectrum Noir. Here is a real example of what you're going to be able to learn in this masterclass. So what you're going to be able to achieve: beautiful, textural, dimensional fur on all of your cute characters. Look at how exquisite that little guy is. Here he is in a different colour set here. Look at the depth and dimension on those florals, and look at her skin. So we're going to be looking at how to build dimension, how to get beautiful flicks, how to get all of this texture. And actually, it's nothing to do with me or my skill. It's everything to do with the markers, Joe.
Yes, so we'll be seeing that. So I'm really looking forward to this. I know we sort of started off, when we started doing these Colour Me Happy shows, we started off with our tri-blends, then we've built up to classiques, and then today's Illustrator. Today is about, I wouldn't say it's unachievable for people, would you, Leanne? But this is kind of like, this is a very aspirational means of colouring, isn't it, and way of colouring this.
It is aspirational, and I think probably what you're verbalising there is, Joe, this is the thing that everybody looks at and thinks, I could never do that. But actually you can, and it's easy. And actually, guys, and I did a little Facebook Live with these on my own Facebook page on Sunday last week, just to show you that, you know, believe it or not, for all this is the premium marker, the top when it comes to Spectrum, it's actually, I think, the easiest to use. And so you will get fabulous results from the minute you get your packet home if you just follow the couple of little different techniques that I'm going to show you during the course of this masterclass. So knuckle down, have a little look, watch what we do, and I'm sure you'll see that actually you don't have to be staring at it from afar like you might have been doing, thinking I could never do that, because you absolutely can.
Indeed. Now, a bit of housekeeping for you. I want you to all make sure you've got that colouring book downloaded today. So you'll find it, I think it's on the home page. We've got a link for you as well. It's crafterscompanion.co.uk/colour-me-happy. So make sure you go there. That's where you'll be able to download it. We love it when you send us pictures as well on these Colour Me Happy shows. You can do that studio, going up. You can do that at studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Get your pictures in for us. We'd love to see them. And a really great show for us all to learn together, this one. So of all the shows we do, this seems to be the one that generates the most amount of questions. So for those questions, you need to make sure you've got yourself on the Facebook Live over on the Crafters TV Facebook page. You can also find us on Instagram as well. What we love is when you put things you've been colouring on Instagram stories and tag us in those Instagram stories. We love it, and we'll share those out after the show and throughout the show as well. Someone will also be monitoring the comments over on YouTube as well. I want to just quickly say hello to a few of you that are tuning in. I see Daniela's here. Daniela's here in California. It's 3:05 in the morning there. That is dedication. Lynn's in from Essex. I can see Bastel's here from Germany as well. Stacey in Seattle. Evelyn in Colorado. Christine in upstate New York. We're getting very, very busy. Jeffrey's here. Says the long-awaited event, Illustrators, dark morning here in Farmington, New Hampshire. Expecting a thunderstorm. Jan has already ordered the complete collection. Now, on that note, I know what a lot of people will be wanting to do with this. You'll be wanting to get your orders in, then sit back, relax, and watch the whole demonstration. So let me share with you the two different ways that we've got for you to get these Colour Me Happy product today. So $74.99 or $119.95. This is a Spectrum Noir Illustrator Starter Collection. This is your Try Me kit. This is your dip the toe in. I'm not really too sure if this is for me, but I'm going to give it a go kit. In there you're getting 36 of your markers. You're getting a stamp. You're getting the ink pad to go with these markers. You're also getting some of your Neenah cardstock, and you're getting somewhere to store your pens as well, which is fantastic. Now, where a lot of you are going though is for this, because this represents amazing value for money. When you look at the cost per pen here, you're looking at about £1.30 per pen. For this quality is amazing. You've got 96 markers within here. You're also going to get 2 of the pen storage this time, and you're going to get the Neenah cardstock, the stamp, and the ink pad. I need to let you know, not only is it 20% off, but over a fifth of the stock already just on the pre-sale has gone alone. You should be paying $257.83 for this. It's down to £180. It should be $433 in the States. It's down to £300. Now, something else that we're so excited about. The lovely Stacey, our in-house designer, a lot of you might recognize some of this imagery was in a download that we did to help you create window displays to thank our NHS workers, your frontline care staff as well. What we're going to do as well, due to popular demand, you guys asked us to create stamp sets out of these. So we've done a 4-piece stamp set for you. And what we're going to do is we're going to donate 20% of all of the sales of these stamps to the World Health Organization's COVID-19 Solidarity Response Fund. So that is a global fund to help people rebuild their lives after COVID-19. So not only are you going to get something beautiful, you're going to get a great cause, and also really wonderful to do a whole host of different projects with these. Let's just dive in and have a look at some of the beautiful things that you're going to be able to make with these. We'd love to show you more of these live in the studio, but we don't actually have the physical. The stamps are arriving today into our warehouse, so we still don't have them at the moment, but they'll be winging their way to you very soon. Look at some of the gorgeous things you can create with those. Lots of rainbow themes in here. You've got doctors and nurses. It really is a gorgeous collection. I know it's going to be so popular. I'm hearing though that just on the pre-sale alone, a quarter of the stock of those have already sold out and gone. Right, I'm going to dive into the questions in the comments. I want you to get your pictures in. I want to make sure you've got that colouring download in your possession, and we're all going to do some colouring and colour along this morning. Now, Leanne's the queen of colouring here at Crafters TV, so it's great to have her in the building. She's going to take us really from the beginning with our illustrators.
I'm so excited about that, and I want you to bear with me because we're going to start as if nobody's even heard of an alcohol marker, you've never picked one up before, and we're going on a journey together in this masterclass over the next couple of hours, and at the end of it you will have all of the skills that you need when you get your markers home to be able to create beautiful creations. Now, there are a few things you need to get in place with alcohol marker colouring first and foremost. You need the correct paper, you need the correct ink pad before you even start. Please don't start with your alcohol colouring at all unless you've got the perfect paper and the perfect ink pad. And of course that little starter bundle that our Joe was telling you about has that in for you. I want to do a little demonstration here now to show you why the right card is so important. So before we even get onto this fabulous Illustrator marker, let me show you why. Now, I will talk to you about smooth cardstock that isn't porous in the centre, that won't suck the ink out of your pen, etc. And that is our Neenah cardstock or our Spectrum Noir marker pad. Just reach over there. So this or Neenah. We give you Neenah in the bundle. Both perform exactly the same. So this is my Neenah, and then this is a piece of random cardstock that I've had rummaging around. It looks nice, it's white. You would think you could colour on it with your alcohol marker. However, what I'm going to do is show you, we're going to do the 10-second dot test, Joe. 10-second dot test is holding your pen up vertical onto your cardstock and counting to 10 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to try and do that so you can see. And touching the card, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and there is the dot I have from 10 seconds with my nib on the correct Neenah cardstock. I'm going to do the same again on the not correct cardstock, the random bit I've got from my stash at home. I love that word, stash. Right, okay. Now, ready? We're going to do exactly the same again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Look at the difference in my dots, Jo. Look at that. So this is what I mean about a porous cardstock that has not been manufactured to work with alcohol markers. Will do the capillary action, cotton wool in water thing, and just suck the ink right out of your pen. I'm going to lift these up so you can see it. Look at the difference in those. Look how much ink has been sucked out of my marker with this one, and look at the difference here. So first things first, when I waffle on at you and I take you to the law court of Leanne of the alcohol colouring and say only use the correct card, that's the difference it makes. It doesn't suck all of the ink out, it doesn't spread out and blur and make it difficult for you. So the correct cardstock's in that fabulous bundle for you. First things. Next thing, you need the correct ink pad. You need the correct ink pad because you don't want your coloured lines to blur, to smudge, to move away from where they are. You don't want it to move into your colouring. You don't want for the black to smudge anywhere, the stamped outline. And you don't want to have to, when you've stamped it, stand for 20 minutes wafting it in the air, hoping that it'll dry off, or having to get your heat gun out so that you can dry it off before you colour on it. And we've had to do these kinds of things before, where Crafters Companion, Spectrum Noir, have designed the perfect ink pad which does not smudge, blur, move. It doesn't, what's the word I'm looking for? Transfer. It just stays that beautiful crisp line, and I'm colouring straight over that with my alcohol marker, and you can see, and I'm going to lift it up so you can see too, you can see that that line, that black line, has not smudged, the black hasn't transferred into my yellow, it hasn't gone fuzzy, it hasn't swollen, it's just beautifully crisp and smooth. And that's what you need, the perfect ink pad and the perfect card, and then you're good to go. Okay, so they're first things first, and brilliant that they come in that little bundle for you. Now, the next thing you need to know is, when you're colouring with your alcohol markers, is that you never colour directly onto this. You don't colour directly onto this, onto your craft mat, onto your table, on a tray, on anything other than a pile of scrap paper. So you need to do that because your ink will soak through, and you'll see that as I start to colour. Now what you'll see here is I've taken a sheet of my Nina and I've wrote in the top corner, blotter, because that reminds me...
Is that like bloater?
Well, I'm a bloater at the minute, Jo.
I am too, we all are.
Honestly, the cake and the stuff that I keep eating. But this is where I'm going to colour on top of. So if I'm colouring an image, I'm going to put it on top of here. It's going to blot any ink that comes through. Now, why is that important? Let me explain. I'm going to do some colouring here without my blotter underneath. I'm just going to do a straight line. Now, as I lay my colour down, and I'll pick this up so you can see, when I put it down, and I need to do this to saturate my card to get a nice smooth blend, what happens is it starts to come through on the reverse. And as you do your smooth blend and you get your ink down on there, and if you're layering lots of colours, when it comes through, it will start to pool on the mat, and then it'll spread out and suck back up through the cardstock, which is why these lines become fuzzy and blurred. And usually when people are saying, oh, my alcohol colouring bleeds, my markers bleed, the marker isn't bleeding, it's what you're colouring onto. It's the mixture of correct cardstock colouring onto the correct surface, Jo. So you need your blotter. Okay, they're all of the early lessons that you need, which is really, really important. Now, I want to show you 3 techniques before we get onto the flicking. And the flicking is going to be with a little dog, and you're going to absolutely adore it. But bear with me because there are some basics in alcohol colouring that you need to learn. First things first, a smooth blend. What is a smooth blend and what does it look like? Well, we're just going to keep using this blue pen and I'll show you. So a smooth blend is literally laying down colour and keeping in the lines if you can, but just laying down your colour and getting a lovely smooth feel. Now with your brush marker, that is a lot easier to achieve than with a chisel. But what you might be able to see, I'm just going to show, I'm going to lift this up so you can see. Look, can you see how where I've gone over here twice, it's darker. I've gone over here once, it's a bit lighter. Out here where I've twice, it's a bit lighter. Here where I've flicked once, it's lighter again. Can you see that? So this is not smooth. And the reason we've got that is because I've got 3 layers of pen here, 2 layers of pen here, 1 layer here. And what's happening is the white cardstock is shining through the ink because the ink is transparent. So to be able to get a smooth blend where you can't see any of those lines, what you need to do is really just layer over your colour, and what you're doing is saturating your card. Now remember when I was showing you before about the ink coming through the cardstock to the back, that's important because you need to saturate for a smooth blend. You need to get plenty of ink on there and to get that solid colour. But of course if it comes through to the back, then it's going to pool up and ruin your colouring. Now here we go. So I've gone over there a couple of times now. So on that side of my heart, I've got a beautiful smooth blend. You can see it's a little bit lighter here because it didn't come all the way out. But in the end there, that's smooth. And if I turn that over, you can see where the saturation, where the layers of ink are starting to come through. So that is a smooth blend. That's layering your colour over the top until it's flat and you can't see a difference between light and dark. Okay, so that's smooth blend, Jo. We're going to move on now to have a little chat about how we add dimension.
Okie doke. I just wanted to say, Leanne, yes. Jan has commented on the Facebook feed, and I wanted to say, Jan's just commented, sent me a wonderful story. Jan, can you send us a picture of Mac? We want a picture of you and Mac as well to go with the story. studio@craftscompanion.co.uk. All will be revealed. Hopefully Jan from Italy, hopefully she sends us one of those pictures as well. So we will see that.
Fabulous. Right, so I'm going to colour my image in here, and so I'm using my 3 colours here. I've got my from that 36 set, I've got my GY1, GY3 and GY4, and we're going to talk more about those in a second, but basically I've got a light, a medium and a dark colour. And so what we're going to do is start with the lightest. I'm going to try and keep my hair out of the way. We're going to start with the lightest colour. And we're going to get the lightest colour down. Now when you're colouring with your alcohol markers, you always start with your lightest colour first and you then move on with your darker colours. The reason for this is wet ink blends much more easily than a dry card. So it's always best to get a layer down of your first colour. And you see I'm just using the technique I was using for a smooth blend, and I've got my layer down of my lightest colour. I'm then moving to my darkest colour and I'm adding that down on the periphery. Now this is how you get dimension on a sphere, on a spherical image, something that is round. And when something's round, the front of that shape will always be lighter.
Story of my life, Leanne. Story of my life.
A story of my life as well. I was just about to say, as am I, and this is my tummy right now. But it could also be a face, Jo, and I want to say my face is rounder than it's been in a while as well. And then from the darkest, I take the medium colour and I blend the darkest out into the lightest by just going round again. And you see actually with my brush tip, I just need to stroke this on. I don't need to be too concerned about really blending it out. Now, normally I'd be saying, use little circular motions, make sure you only go up to the edge, be careful where you drag it to. Actually, with your brush nib, it just becomes really quite effortless and easy for you to do. And you see, I've managed to get that radical, that spherical dimension from dark through to light in the centre using those 3 colours. How to get dimension on a sphere. Okay, so we take 3 colours. Oh, you throw 3 colours at yourself. And we've got our EB2, EB4 and EB6. Okay, so we've got the lightest, was that the lightest or the darkest? That was the lightest. Now, this is where the flicking with your brush nib really comes into its own. We're going to talk more about actual flicking in a second. I just want to show you how to get, these are the basics you need for alcohol colouring. So a cylinder, because it's round and it's oblong as well, the light would catch right down the middle of that. So what you do is you take your lightest colour and you flick with your brush into the centre. We're going to talk about the flicking technique in a second. So bear with me, stay with me, guys. And now, the other thing is when you're flicking, I'm going to tell you this all the time. Don't try and flick backwards towards yourself. That won't end happily. Turn your image round and do the same again in the opposite direction. So you see, I'm just taking little flicks from the edge into the centre with the lightest colour. Then I do exactly the same with my darkest colour, and this is, sorry, my medium, I beg your pardon, this time with my flicks, and then I do exactly the same. I flick into the centre.
Now I'm sitting on most of your questions, well, not physically sitting on them, but you know what I mean, proverbially, no, that's not even a word either, is it? Oh, can you tell it's Friday? Can you tell it's nearly the weekend? My vocabulary, it's spent, I'm afraid, after the week we've had here at Crafts TV. I'm just making note of all your questions as we're going through, and I'm getting them all written down and ready to go. But one I must ask immediately, and
yes,
Pete's being asked, and Sonia's asked it as well, is if people have either the tri-blends or the classics or both, will this sit beside that? Can they use it in conjunction with, or is it like trying to use like an aqua and a classic together?
No, they will all work together beautifully. They're all alcohol markers, and it takes you on a journey. So you can colour, and I'm going to do that today. I'm going to get an Illustrator marker, not an Illustrator, a Classic marker. I'm going to colour something in and then show you how I add texture with my Illustrator over the top of my Classic marker, so that you can see how they all work together in beautiful harmony. So stick with us, that will work. Now you'll see there just little bits of flicking. Look how much dimension my cylinder has on top, has down the side there. It's now gone from a flat 2D image to a beautiful cylindrical image. And I'm just going to fill in the centre there because that's going to bother me if I don't. And remember how we did a sphere, because inside of there is spherical. So I've done the lightest colour, then I'm coming round with the darkest colour. Once you understand a circle, a cylinder and a triangle, which we're coming to now, you are going to be able to colour absolutely anything. And all of the things that we colour today, I'm going to refer you back every single time to look, this is a cylinder, this is a triangle, this is a sphere, and that's how you would approach it.
That sheet that you're using, can we get that from anywhere?
So actually this sheet that I'm using is one of the sheets from the DVDs that we do for alcohol colouring.
Okay.
But there's absolutely no reason why I cannot get this as a download for you, along with you the download today. So I'll send a message after this show and I'll make sure that gets put on our website for you.
Wonderful. So you go to craftscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu and then click the Spectrum Noir area of the site. You'll find downloads in there, so we'll get that added for you. That's fantastic. That was Kerry that wanted to know that. Right, I'm sitting on the rest, I promise.
Right, so now I'm just doing a triangle. So a triangle hits the light at the left and right side and not the bottom, because it casts its shadow down. So it says very light down here. So what you're going to do with a triangle is you're going to add your lightest colour, like this, left and right, and then you're going to add your darkest. At the two edges that would be darker, which I'm doing here. And all of these colours I'm using, Joe, are in that 36-piece starter collection. Every single one of them. Okay. So you can get that, sit down, follow, watch this back, because this is going to be on our, is that the right colour? No, wrong one. This is going to be on our Facebook page for a long time, forever.
Be on the website pretty much forever.
Yeah, forever. So you're going to be able to sit down when you get them. I'll make sure that this downloads there, and you're going to be able to follow through and learn these techniques yourself with the exact colours of marker I'm using and get the same results. So it'll be really good education.
Linda's asking, where can I get the DVD? Linda, look, I'll be honest with you. You've got 2 hours of Leanne right here. But if you want the DVD as well, I mean, I'm not meant to tell you that, but where can we actually get it, Leanne?
Yeah, but you could get it on our website if you wanted to.
Or you could just watch this show.
Or you could just watch this show and watch it back later.
Yeah.
So there we go. So you see, what I've done is I haven't cut it. I've coloured a perfect sphere, light in the centre, dark radiating out to the side, a perfect cylinder, light catching in the middle, dark there, and then we've got the triangle here, which now gets dimension because it's darker at the left and right and lighter in the centre. There's one I did with a couple of different colours. You can see they look exactly the same. So that's how you colour, dimension in those images, and we're going to come back to those in a second. Now what I want to do is talk to you about, and that's just with any alcohol colouring, so that little tutorial there, regardless of which marker you're working with, if you were working with our classiques, if you got them from our Sarah when she did that fantastic Colour Me Happy show, then that applies to that too. What I want to do now is show you why an Illustrator marker is the bomb. I think that's a technical term that the youth know today.
What's the technical term?
The bomb.
The bomb.
Right? The bomb. Is that the bomb?
Is that
the
like
bomb?
the beef ting?
Well, the beef ting's it's aggression, the beef ting.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I think the bomb is wow, amazing,
Okay.
good. I tried to get down with the kids. I tried to stay current, Joe, you know.
Someone said something on social media the other day, and I asked what it was. I can't even remember what it was. And I asked, what does that even mean? It was in a message, and someone was like, oh my, you not down with the kids? I was like, no. And if I got down with the kids, I wouldn't be able to get back up.
No, I mean, that is so true. Me as well. That is hilarious. I creak now when I get on the floor and creak when I get back up again. And I have to plan an exit route, Joe. If I get on the floor, I have to plan how I'm going to get back, what's going to be near for me to get a hold of so I can get back off the floor again, where I don't have to rely on my own knees and power to do it, because there's more of me to lift off the floor these days. Anyway, we digress. So what I've done is just stamp this amazing little dog. Now, our Sarah had these on HSN recently, and they will be coming to the UK very soon. Do not worry or panic. So just keep watching and you'll see them. I'm going to take 3 colours from our 36-piece set there, Joe. Now, the brilliant thing about these markers is, and you will have heard us talk about this so many times in the past, but our colouring system is really unique. And our colouring system is a series of letters which refer to the colour, and a series of numbers which refer to the intensity of the colour, that allow you to pick 3 markers that work together effortlessly. So you can see here I've got EB, which is for earth brown. I've got EB2, EB4 and EB6, which is my lightest, middle and dark colour. The lowest numbers are the lightest, the highest numbers are the darkest. And actually EB goes from 1 all the way to 10 or 11, I believe. So there are lots of other colours, and you could put any combination together as long as there's a gap. So 2, 4, 6, 3, 5, 8, so on and so forth. So we're going to take the lightest colour. Now, just before I get onto the lightest colour, I want to talk to you about the technique of flicking. Okay, so the technique of flicking, Joe, and this is crucial for working with your alcohol markers. Now, I'm going to ask our amazing technical people if we can watch me from the side when I do this. That's great, because you need to see firstly from the side and then from above what it looks like. So I'll show you from the side first. Notice before I start flicking, I'm anchoring my wrist on the table. That gives me fabulous control. If I don't have my wrist anchored on the table, what I get is the ability to flex and move like this.
Get a bit flouncy like me.
It doesn't look, and it doesn't give me the control. I don't mind looking like you, Joe. There are worse things that I could look like, believe me. And here we go. We're going to anchor my wrist on the table now. So it takes all of that free movement away. And then all I'm going to do with my flicking is move my fingers like this. Okay? So I put the tip, keep my pen very vertical, keep the tip of my brush to my card and flick. Okay, now what this does is let me vary the length of my flick, but it also gives me that beautiful control. And this is why we love our Illustrator markers, because you can see that we can vary the length and you get from a wider to a much thinner point, and that's where you get to colour all of the beauty texture for animal fur, for hair, for foliage, for landscape, for naturals. And when you get your markers home for the first time, this is what I want you to do. I want you to do nothing but practice your flicking. Don't even try and colour an image yet. Practice this. Keep your wrist down, flick. Now, you can vary the flicks. As you get a little bit more confident, you can start to take your wrist off the table, and if instead of keeping your pen very vertical, if you pop it to the side, you're able, look at this, to get really big sweeping motions, but beautiful tapered colour. And this is brilliant for when you start to do hair or when you want to colour a wider area. And you see, the more angle I put on my brush, look at the variation I can get all the way to tiny, tiny little flicks. And it's brilliant for when you're colouring your image, for getting that soft coverage. You need to practice that first. Now, these nibs on our Illustrator marker, Jo, are special. I need to do
special.
Yes, special. they really are. That was a bit like Soul Glow. I never need to do that again. I'm sorry. We'll delete that. We'll edit it out later. I apologise profusely. I need to do the voice off the advert. These aren't just any nibs. These are Spectrum Noir nibs. I think that was terrible as well.
No, that was good.
Was that better than the
You
special?
you did sound a little bit like the woman from MasterChef. Today, Leanne is going to be colouring in with a... You know that lady with the really deep voice from MasterChef? You did sound a bit like her.
Did I sound like her?
Yeah.
These are vinyl polymer, Japanese manufactured nibs. And our nibs are all made in Japan with all of our markers. They are like having a Swiss watch or a German car. They are the Volksbrunndurk technique of the nib world, Jo. And that one little nib is worth, in terms of money, more than the rest of the whole pen put together. And the reason for that is you get beautiful colouring, beautiful laid down, exceptional results, ease of use, amazing results because of that nib. It's fantastic. And then on the other side, you've got a Japanese tiny little fine nib, and little bullet nib, and I'm going to show you why and how that is very important too. And you can get gorgeous tiny little flicks with those, and you can even, do your fine writing and whatever the word is, detail colouring. That's
it's
the
Friday,
word.
I told you.
It is Friday.
Vocabulary is exhausted by Friday.
Right, so now that we've understood the marker has got a fine bullet and a brush and how special the brush is, I have to do that all the time now, you do know, it's going to be like the foil press, I'm ready, it's going to be a special nib with the Illustrator.
Now you sound a bit like a 70s radio presenter as well. You look for top tip.
Do you know, my hero radio presenter is Lisa Tarbuck. And
I love her.
Oh my word, I love her. And so I'm probably channeling my
Elaine
inner
Page
Lisa.
is my favourite.
That's exactly what she does. That's hilarious. My word, that's so funny. Anyway, so we've got the little dog.
We're never going
to
to get through this show. We've got so much to do and we keep gossiping on.
I know, it's ridiculous.
This is meant to take 15 minutes, this bit at the start.
I'm so sorry. Right, I'm going to get on with it. I'll get on with it. So what I've got here is my EB2, my EB4 and my EB6. So my light, my medium, my dark. I've practiced my flicking. We know how important it is. We're going to anchor our wrists. So you start with your lightest colour and you start to flick. Okay, so actually I'm just going to cut this little dog out just before I start because I'm going to need to keep rotating him. And if I keep rotating a piece of A4 paper, I'm going to keep taking him out of vision and you're not going to be able to see him. So I want to just cut that down just so that you can see it. Okay, so here we go. I'll show you a little bit of flicking and then I think we've got some lovely stuff to show you and we'll pause. I'll show you this first bit of flicking first. So here we've got with our EB2, our lightest colour. Remember the technique I explained to you, little flicks anchoring your wrist. So wrist is anchored and my lightest colour and I'm flicking in on this little doggy. Now this could be any cute character that you've got at home. It doesn't have to be this one, but this one you'll be able to get soon. And then I stop there. And then what I do is, because here's the thing, I'm going to do this on this spare piece of paper down here for you as well. When you're flicking up like this, and you're new to flicking, trying to do the same back down to join up. And even I'm not very good at this. Look, thick line. That wasn't a flick, did you see? Because I haven't got that action. So when you want to flick down to meet in the middle, instead of trying to do that and making a pig's ear of it, just turn your whole technical
No, that's
term.
a dog's foot.
Yeah, making a dog's foot of it. Turn it round and then flick in the opposite direction again there, you can see. So always turn your image round, keep turning it, and you'll get all of your flicks beautifully. So that was the first colour, that's the lightest. Now we're going to go with the medium colour. So the next darkest, I'm going to turn my little guy around and I'm going to flick in the next colour, and I'm just going over the top and I'm varying the length of my flicks. I've got some longer flicks and shorter flicks, and that's what gives me the texture. And we've got some more here, some longer, you can see, and that's by keeping my wrist angled. Keep showing you my grey roots, sorry. Keeping my wrist angled and flicking that in, and then doing the same from the other side. Now I've got my darkest colour, and I'm going to do the same again. So I'm going from the bottom, I'm flicking it in, and I'm varying the length of my flicks, and I'm doing the same here, varying the length. So I've got some longer, some shorter. There we go. And then I'll do one last little flick with my first colour, which was the EB2. You notice I'm preserving my highlight in the centre as well. I always talk to you about preserving highlight, leaving a white space in the middle to fill in later, essentially. And then with my lightest colour, I can start to flick in and remove that white area, but not fully, because you need that to create the shine and the highlight on his little leg, which is what we've got there. Now, here we go. Look at the texture and the dimension we've got in that little paw, and you would continue that technique, just dealing with each little area of his face separately. I'm going to continue doing that because I think our Joe's got some stuff to show you.
Absolutely right. We're getting really busy, so I need to run you through exactly how you can get a hold of these fantastic illustrators. We're going to start first with the Try Me collection, you know, the sort of dip your toe in collection, if you will. This is maybe if you're unsure, you haven't tried this method of colouring before, and you're thinking, oh, I'd really love to just be able to have a go. Is there a way that I can get everything that I need in one place very easily? Absolutely you can, and the value to do this is extraordinary. You've got 36 markers within this collection. Remember, they're dual nibbed as well, so it means actually you've got 72 nibs in this collection, which is really great value. You're going to get all the colours that you can see here. You've got from corals to spices to bubble gums and blue greys and barks. Woof! And I don't know why I did that, and creams. You've got it all in there, which is fantastic. Now, not only are you going to get this, you're going to get one of our pen storage trays. The pen storage trays are available on their own as well, very busy individually. You're going to get the pen storage tray. You're also going to get one of our stamps. We're going to give you the Finesse alcohol proof die as well, which means you can stamp that image out too, and you've got some cardstock in there to get you going as well. You've got the Nina, which is the cardstock that you need. Right, if you want to go for that, $74.99 is what that is going to cost you. Should be $108.95, taking it down to $74. In the US, it's $45. No, sorry, in the US, it's $119.95, down from $164.79. Just to give you an idea as well, I mean, Sarah always talks about this and has mentioned it. I know we've had a lot of in-depth discussion about it. The point of Spectrum now is bringing you artist quality at a price that is affordable to crafters. That's really where it sits, and that is why we bring you amazing quality, because we're able to design these products ourselves, manufacture them ourselves. You know, we deal with all of the dispatch and the retailing as well, so it's why you're able to get these amazing prices every single time. Just to give you an idea, Leanne popped onto one of the website we all go to, Amazon, just to have a look at what sort of was out there, because I was saying, you know, how great are our prices. To get 24 comparable markers from the brand leader, you'd be looking at about £169 for 24 markers. So it is, and of course, you know, that is going to vary. You'll be able to find some more expensive ones, some less expensive ones, but the value you've got with us is absolutely amazing, because that's about £6 a pen that you're looking at there with us. I know a lot of you, by far and away the busiest collection that we've got is this one just here, the big collection. Now within the big collection, what you're going to get is you're going to get all these pens. The pens from the 36 collection, the Try Me collection, they are within these pens here. They are bundled slightly differently. I'll go through, I'm not going to take you through all the different colours. You can see that all that information online, but I'm going to take you through the bundles that you've got. Now of the 6 pieces, which are these ones along the bottom here, you've got basics, hues, tints, portraits, earths, tones, essential and neutral. So they're your 6-piece ones. And you're going to get 5 of the 12-piece ones as well. So you're going to get in the 12-piece sketching, figure, landscape and seascape as well. So you're going to get 4 of those ones just there. Have I got one of them out twice? No, I haven't. That's one of my 6-packs. Oh, what am I like? So yeah, in the 12 pieces, you get sketching, figure, landscape and seascape. I just want to make sure I'm getting this absolutely dead right. You will also get 2 of the pen storage trays in this collection. You will get the cardstock. You will also get the ink pad and you will get the stamp as well. So you get all of that included. Now what I wanted to do is really break it down into the price per pen. So what I did was I subtracted all of the bits that you're getting. So all the extra bits that come included, in the UK that comes to £53.95 or £69.79. I'll just do the UK workings out for you. So basically, if you subtract the cost of those from the cost of your pens, you're paying £126.05 for the pen. Now you're getting 96 pens within this collection. So your price per pen is £1.30 and that is absolutely phenomenal value for money. It really, really is a fantastic collection. A lot of you going for it as well. So £180 if you're in the UK, $300 if you're in the US. I know so many of you have been waiting for this deal. A quarter of the stock has already gone and we're usually so much busier after these shows as well. But a lot of you are jumping in and grabbing these right away. Now's a great time to order. If you're ready to place your order, get yourself over to the website craftscompanion.whereveryouare.co.uk.com or .eu. Click shop the show and grab these illustrators while they're on such an amazing deal. Whilst you're saving, well, they should have been £257 in the UK, down to 180. Should have been $433, saving $133 in the US. Now, I need to tell you a story. Story time. I'm no Tom Hardy, but I'll do my best. Jan, you know Jan who tunes in all the time, the lovely Jan from Ravello in Italy. She says she's ordered the whole collection. Her hubby, Phil, has written some stories about Mac, the Border Collie. Now, Mac, bless him, isn't with us anymore, but Jan has dug us out a photo of Mac. Look at how gorgeous he is. These pens will be perfect for drawing a little doggy like Mac, I'm guessing, Leanne.
Oh, absolutely perfect, because look at all of his lovely fur and his texture. I mean, you just want to squidge his little face. God love Mac. Absolutely, of course. If you want to draw a little picture of him and then colour it in, it would be superb, Joe.
Fantastic. So what Jan is going to do is she's planning on illustrating the books or the stories that Phil has written about Mac the Collie. So I can't wait to see. Jan, please make sure you send us in. Keep us posted. Let us know how you get on. We would love you to do that. Keep sending your pictures in to us. Oh, my #1 fans are in the building.
Is she?
Oliver and Charlie are in the building. There they are. Look at those little superheroes. I hope you're doing well, guys. Oh, how adorable do they look,
I can't
Leanne?
wait to cuddle them, Joe.
I know.
Oh, bless them.
I reckon that the kids are probably all right with, you know, the whole social distancing. Because children really, not really into it. I remember being younger and people always wanted to give you a cuddle and a kiss and it was always your auntie and you always like wiping it off afterwards. So enjoy the rest, boys. Not long and you'll be getting loads of sloppy kisses again from absolutely everyone. Lily's also sent us in some pictures too. Lily's got the download. Oh, what are those pens there? They are classics. That oh, they're the illustrators that Lily's got. She looks like she's having a lovely time. That download's coming on a treat there, isn't it, Leanne?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, look at that, Lily. Hey, that's fantastic. You get yourself a career in craft colouring when you leave school. That's amazing. I'm very impressed with that.
Looks amazing. Keep getting your pictures into a studio at crafterscompanion.co.uk. Don't forget about that download as well. crafterscompanion.co.uk/colour-me-happy. Do you know why I do this and this? because I didn't know what the hyphen was called until recently. I thought it was called a dash. Colour dash me dash happy, but it's not. It's colour hyphen me hyphen happy. So just so you know. Right, I'm going to hand back over to you, Leanne. What should we do? A bit of a Q&A? Do you fancy a bit of a Q&A?
Oh, I love a Q&A, Joe. Absolutely.
Right, I asked for Sonia's question about the classics. We already covered that one off. Veronica says, can you use the stamping card with these?
No, you can't, Veronica. That's just a very quick and easy answer.
Wonderful.
So you remember when I did my dots earlier? I've lost them. I'll find my dots again for you. I've probably stuck them in the bin. When I did my dots, the cardstock with the big dot is very similar in construction and thickness to the stamping card. So you really do need 100% with your alcohol markers. You need your proper cardstock, which is Nina or the Spectrum Noir marker pad. Unfortunately, you're getting it in that bundle.
Wonderful.
It's crucial, absolutely crucial.
We do have Nina cardstock available separately as well. You can definitely grab that if you've already got the pens. When storing, this is Debbie's asked this, when storing, should we store them in packs or by their letters? Should we organise them?
By their letters.
Okay.
I always start and I get my packs, and it's lovely to have the pack, and basically the pack's just delivering you a nice little set of colours, and then reorder them into your like that's MG5 and MG4 should go in that direction. If I had MG1, 2, 3, they would go down here.
There's a nightclub in Nottingham called NG1 that I used to go to all
there?
the time. Yeah.
Brilliant.
It's still there, yeah.
Oh my word. So definitely put them into your letters and numbers. It just makes it easy to find the three colours that work together.
Fantastic.
Now I've forgotten we're going to pretend he hasn't got a tail because I forgot about it. But the thing I wanted to show is, I carried on doing all of my flicking, Joe, and he's a little shaggy little Shih Tzu, isn't he? He's gorgeous.
Yeah, he got loads of character, isn't he?
He has got loads of character.
He needs a name. Let us know in the comments what we should name him. That would be great.
That would be amazing. Now, I just want to show you, finally, can you see how this side just looks softer than this side? And so what I did finally on here was I took my FS7, which is one of the flesh colours, and I just flicked over the colouring, and which just takes the harshness of the preserved highlight that you had and just adds a little bit of undercolour, a bit of apricot. So he's a little apricot and brown Shih Tzu. And actually, when you...
I'm sorry, I find the word Shih Tzu really hilarious. I know it's childish, but it just makes me want to giggle. I'm just putting it out there, so when I do giggle, you know what I'm on about.
You know, what I think it does, and I hope you agree, is actually, I think the shine on his fur is much improved with that little fleshy undertone there than it was when it was stark white, because it just gives them a lovely glow underneath. I think that's really good, isn't it? And one final, very quick thing I want to show you is how to ground him. So he's floating at the minute and he needs grounding. So I've got my brush nib again, and then what we're going to do with our flicks is flick out from the centre. We're making just something for him to sit on, and this is just grey. So you see, you just flick that out, and it's using the same flicking technique I showed you earlier, except I've got my pen on more of an angle now, so I get the broader, softer flicks. Remember when I showed you how to do that, rather than the tiny detailed flicks? It's all just about the angle you hold your pen at, and all I'm doing is flicking out, centre out like this, and this is with the lightest colour. This is how we ground him, and then the ground, pretend I've done his tail. I'm sure you can all imagine his tail done.
Do you want a pair of scissors? Do you want to chop it off?
I've got a pair of scissors here. I think I will chop it off.
Are you going to dock him?
It's bothering us. Honestly, it's bothering us. Right. So then I've got the next colour here. And then what I do is I flick out again, just because under where he's sitting will be darker.
He looks amazing. It really makes a difference, doesn't it? Having those darker shades underneath.
It really does. And that is the basics of Illustrator colouring in a 101 right there, Joe.
Now, I'm sure that's given lovely Jan in Italy loads of inspiration as to what she can do. What's your favourite thing to colour with these, Leanne? Oh, I know that's like asking someone who their favourite child is, but...
I like to do...
Luckily, you've only got one, so you're right.
Yeah, I have. I've only got one child. He's my favourite. So I like to colour characters. I like to do butterflies, and actually I like to do fairy wings. I love fairy wings, and I like to do flesh. Flesh is amazing with these markers and easy, and I can show you how to do that as well.
I would love to see that. Loads of comments coming in. Jane is saying, do you know what they call a Shih Tzu crossed with a cockapoo? I'm not even going there,
No,
Jane.
I'm
Not going there. Do let me know in the comments though. I'd love to know. I'm not going to try and pronounce what I think it's going to be called, because you know where we're going. That
it's
don't
not going to
you?
end happily, that, Joe.
I won't have a job next week,
No.
and that's all I need. Kerry thinks it's a girl called Bella. Anna says that, well, Joe, NG1 is only about 5-10 minutes from me. She lives in NG3. Well, if I go anytime, I mean, I haven't been for about 10 years, but if I do go again soon, I'll pop in for a cuppa. Anna, how's that? Veronica's asked, I recently purchased the quick dry inks. Are they water or alcohol proof?
Quick dry inks, I believe, will be alcohol proof, but I can test that for you.
Okie doke, thank you very much. Christine says, it's a girl with a pink bow, so why are we calling her a him? Boys can wear pink bows too, Christine. I've got an arsenal of pink bows ready to go. Jane says, but I mean, a good question, a good point really though, Christine.
Do you know what it is with me? I call all dogs him and all cats her.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't think that's the way it goes, but I'm glad that. I've got loads of questions coming in, flooding in at the moment as well. Robin and lots of people saying, oh, Mac is so adorable. Wasn't he just? Oh, Lynn says, oh, just look how adorable Oliver and Charlie are colouring with you both. Charlie and Oliver, so cute. You've got loads of fans, Charlie and Oliver. A third of this big collection has gone. Right, what I want to do is, I'm aware of how busy it is. I'm also acutely aware of how many people have got this in their basket at the moment. And I know what you're all probably doing. You're probably waiting for a moment where Leanne stops colouring so you can get yourselves checked out. I'm going to let you know this is that moment. Here's all the details of how to watch and shop at the same time. Hi, I'm Joe from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can grab the best deals and shop whilst you watch during our shows. So the best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. Head on over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV. You can see all of our shows, offers, and even shop while you watch. Now if you want to get involved and comment along, head over to our Facebook page. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and lol with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even AirPlay directly onto your big screen. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. Me and Leanne just talking about how much we miss being able to go to the hairdressers, because I see that piece of video just there and I think, oh gosh, look, I look like a microphone cover. And Leanne keeps saying she'll cut it for me, but now I feel like we're so close to the barbers and the hairdressers opening again. Now I'm like, oh, I can wait out, but I'm actually on like week 8, but I'm going to hold strong. I'm definitely going to hold strong. Right, something else I really need to tell you about. The hero stamps. Now these were originally a free download that we provided you with. That free download is still available out there on our social media. You can go find it if you want to. But what so many of you asked us to do, is the lovely Stacey that designed these, was if we could produce them as stamps. And we thought, what a lovely idea. So what we've done is we've produced these as stamps, 1996 if you're in the UK, 27.80 if you're in the US. Now, 20% of the sales of these are going to go to the World Health Organization COVID-19 Solidarity Response Fund, which is a global fund. So it's really great that we're going to make that a donation on your behalf. Now, these are gorgeous, aren't they, Leanne?
I adore these hero stamps. They're absolutely gorgeous. And I think the fact that it's going to that fantastic charity is absolutely amazing. The designs are superb and are hand-drawn by one of our in-house designers, Stacey, and she has done an amazing job. You can see the 4 different sets that I've stamped out for myself that I've got here. And we've got beautiful sentiments. We've got fabulous heroes. we've got a whole group of heroes, and then we've got the iconic rainbow as well. And actually very easy to colour these with any of your colouring mediums that you've got at home. I've got my Illustrator markers, and I thought I'd show you very quickly how easy it would be just to colour one of these images in and how effortless it would be. So I'm going to take 3 flesh colours. This could be 3 flesh colours from any of the marker collections that you've got at home. You're going to start with your lightest colour, go around the outside, bring in with your darkest colour. Again, just around the outside, leave the centre of the faces white, so you're preserving your highlight. And then you take your medium colour and you bring your medium colour to bring that in. You take your lightest colour again, and there you've got the little face done. Very easy to do. And so we would just repeat that. Lightest, darkest on the perimeter, and then lightest again, just to drag that in. And then if you want to put a little bit of blush in there, a little bit of face, just pick one of the lovely peachy or pinky colours that you've got in your collection. You can add a little bit in on the apples of the cheeks. And then when you've done that, just take your lightest colour again, or one of your flesh colours, pop that up to the edge and over the top. And what that does is just blend that out into the face, so you get that lovely glow. We can do the hair in exactly the same way. So we just take 3 colours of our markers that we've already got, and we just flick that colour into the centre. So any of your markers, be it watercolour, be it your alcohol, it might be your pencils, it really doesn't matter. These images are going to look amazing, whatever you decide to colour them in with. It really is very, very easy to do, and you just get beautiful results. And I think a fantastic thing to have, to be able to make little thank yous for all of those amazing true heroes out there that are doing so much for all of us.
Yeah, very great value here on these as well. But remember, 20% of that price that you're seeing there is going straight to the WHO COVID-19 Solidarity Response Fund, which is fantastic. And now let me just recap what you're getting in here. So you are getting the 4 stamp sets within this collection. Which is fantastic. So you'll be able to do lots with those as well. Think about fussy cutting them out once you've coloured them up. Let's just give you a few ideas of what you can do with them as well. Take a look here at some of the wonderful projects that the design team have been creating with them. Beautiful. I love the background on that one. This one's so cute as well. Really love that little box of chocolates, maybe as a little thank you to someone. And think about, layering them up as well, doing foreground, background here, as some of them have been done too. This next one is my personal favourite. Love that one. I think it is so great. They're so modern as well, and I think that's what's so lovely about them. That's why they've been so popular when we've brought them to you. But if you want to get them, now is a perfect time to do so. $19.96 if you're in the UK, or $27.80 if you're in the US. So how are you getting on there, Leanne?
I'm having a great time with these, Joan. Do you know, it's lovely just being able to colour. I love the fact that we've got these, and actually for all of the hero stamps, they could be absolutely any caring profession, and it gives you the ability to colour it in whatever colour uniform the person wears who you want to say thank you to, and customise them. And of course, if you don't want to do the group of people, if it's an individual you want to say thank you to, you've got all of your little individual stamps here too that you can do that with. Or you could just send a card with hero on, or thank you, or love, or you could just colour a rainbow if that's what you want to do. They're really easy to use. They are fantastic. I'm so happy that we've been able to do them and be able to give 20% of that superb charity. It's just a little way of us saying thank you to all of our heroes out there.
Oh, absolutely fantastic. Make sure you get those in your basket. Just a note to say as well, if you're popping these in your basket, these will be dispatched on Monday along with everything else in your order. They're due into our warehouse any moment now. We've been so keen to bring them to you. How much of the stock's gone there? A third of the stock's gone there. It's the first time you're seeing these live. We were so keen to bring them to you, weren't we, Leanne, that we had to send the design team downloads so they could make these up for us. And you've got the imagery on a download there as well, haven't you?
I have. This is exactly what I've got because I haven't even been able to get my hands on a set of the stamps yet. They're like hen's teeth, Joe. They're not even in the warehouse yet. But once Stacey had done them, we were in the fortunate position of being able to create the digital image and let our design team get them coloured up so you could see those beautiful examples that you've seen there. Certainly when they land in the warehouse, I'm going to be ringing up and demanding that a set is sent to me as the head of product development. I don't want to have to wait, Joe, because I've got people I need to say thank you to. I'm going to be colouring up cards left, right and centre.
Absolutely, you will. Remember, if you're in the UK, £4 almost of that will be donated to a good cause, and just over $5 will go to a good cause for every one of those we sell, which is amazing. It's a really good, healthy donation for each one of those that we sell. I need to come back and remind you of the big collection. Very busy for the starter collection, but the big collection is where most of you are going now. Let me just run you through exactly what you're getting. So you're going to get, let me move this pen tray. I think we're going to need to start getting, if we keep doing deals as amazing as this, with so much stuff in them, we're going to need bigger tables. What am I thinking of? We're going to need considerably bigger buns is what I'm thinking of. From the Calendar Girls.
Yes. Brilliant.
I love that. We're going to need considerably bigger buns. We do need considerably bigger tables. Anyway, I digress. Let me just take you through what you're getting. So of the 6-piece collections, which are these ones along the bottom here, you're going to get the basics, hues, tints, portraits, earth, toned, essential, neutral, and then of the 12 packs, which are the ones at the top there, you've got sketching, figure, landscape, and seascape. Then what you're going to get as well, let me bring the pen trays in. So you're going to get 2 lots of the pen trays, which is fantastic. You're also going to get the Nina cardstock. You've then got the this one just here is the stamps here that you've got, and then what we've got as well is the ink pad too. So you're going to get all of that. It's £180 or $300. Now let me just break that down for a moment for you, because when you think about it, the extras that you've got here, I'm going to do it on the UK pricing, but it's pretty much comparable for the US as well. All the extras that you've got, they come to £53.95. So you subtract that from the cost of your collection, and actually your collection then is only going to be costing you £126.05. So it really is great value considering what you're paying per pen. When you start to break that down cost per pen, you've got 96 pens in the collection. So you're looking at a cost per pen of at £1.30, which is amazing value, because we looked earlier at the brand leader I've got selling on Amazon. We looked at some comparable. We looked at a few, some more expensive, some less expensive than this, but a good figure was sort of £169 for 24 markers. So it really blows the competition out of the water. Remember, this is artist grade. What I would say as well, if you're unsure about not the quality of Spectrum Noir, but who uses them and how they use them, go over to the Spectrum Noir Instagram, because on Spectrum Noir Instagram, you've got such a plethora and a range of people that are using them, from world-renowned artists right through to Jean in Bolton, who's doing a bit of colouring on the front of her card. And what I mean about that, I'm not being deprecating, what I mean is everyone can use them, but the quality is still absolutely amazing. So don't ever doubt that with these pens that we bring to you. Now, very, very busy. I need to urge you to keep sending your pictures in to me, because we absolutely love seeing them. Jan says she thinks the dog is a female that Leanne coloured, and it's called, she would call her Mojo, which is important. So loads of questions still coming in. Keep getting them in and I will do my best. Oh, Beth says she managed to get a haircut yesterday. We're slowly opening up and they had lots of extra rules. Oh, I long for the day. Jan says, right, oops, what have I started? I will get Phil to dig out a story maybe sometime, but I've been meaning to do that for years. We would love to have a story from Phil about Mac, especially if you're going to pop up one of those or put together one of those drawings for it. I can't wait to see what you do with that, Jan. I'm really excited to see what happens here. Right, now, I want to give you the details of the starter collection, what we have with the illustrators. What you've got here are 36 of your core colours within this collection. $74.99 or $119.95 is your price. You're going to get the core collection. What you're also going to get is the ink pad, which is going to work beautifully with these. We're going to give you a lovely stamp, and you're going to get the Nina Classic Crest cardstock as well in there, which is the perfect cardstock for you to colour using your illustrators. Now, if someone wanted to just like dip their toe in, Leanne, and try this is a perfect kit, isn't it, to do that?
This starter kit is the perfect place to begin with your illustrator colouring, because you get everything you need. You get your markers, you've got your card, you've got your ink pad, and you've got the perfect stamp to practice your illustrator colouring skills. And it couldn't be more easy, and you're going to get superb results. I love this 36-piece set because you've got what you need for skin, for hair, for florals, for landscapes, for nature, for sky, for grass, for bark, for cute characters. The possibilities are endless with this 36-piece set. And I've just got that fabulous image that comes in the collection, Mother Nature, stamped here, so I can show you how easy it is to use them and how easily you can build up this colour. So we've got 3 markers here. We've got our 3 markers from the skin, and we've got FS6, FS7 and FS8. We've got a light, a medium and a dark. I'm going to start with my lightest colour, and my lightest colour I'm adding around here, and I'm leaving the centre of my face white. So that, if you've watched our demonstrations before, you will know is called preserving your highlight. So the lightest colour with this fabulous brush nib just gets stroked on to the stamped image. I'm then taking the darkest colour, I'm going round the periphery of the face again, so you can see I'm just taking that round with this glorious brush nib. You get beautiful soft colour as you do that, and you can see it starts to build up that amazing soft dimension on the face. I'm just going around the nose a little bit here, and her finger. And then I take my medium colour in that little 3 group that comes in this 36 collection for you. You bring that darkest colour out, more into the preserved highlight, into your first layer of the lightest colour. And then you take your lightest colour again, and you just fill in your preserved highlight. And you get that beautiful depth and dimension on that face. Now you can see here we are here. I'm just adding a little bit more of the depth in here, and it starts to really make that face shine and pop. Now, to put her some cheeks in, we're going to use one of the coral colours that come in that collection, and we're going to do those in a triangle. You would never put a cheek in as a circle, because you just end up looking like Aunt Sally. If you don't know who Aunt Sally is, have a little Google, you'll find out. And then we take the darkest colour again, just to soften that. We go up to and over the edge. So actually we don't get that harsh appearance that we had before. It softens it right out, and actually gets it to blend in to that base layer of skin. And now what I've got is the most exceptional chiseled face with those amazing illustrator markers there.
Do you think you can do that for me? Do you think you could add, maybe just add a little bit in here, get a contour, right? Maybe, I reckon you could take at least half a stone off with a bit of that contour.
It's what I do every morning, Joe. This is much worse without that chiselling going on and the highlighting. We all need the chiselling and the highlighting. We're going to do her lips, and her lips, I'm using the tiny fine tip on the pen, on the illustrator marker. You get a really fine bullet precision tip. So I'm going with the darkest colour in the 2 outsides of her lips there, and then I want the shine to catch in the centre. I want it to have a lovely pout, so I bring my lightest colour up for that, and that brings that lovely pout into place. Now you apply that same technique with her hair. And with her hair, I'm just going to take the 3 browns that come in this collection. My 3 browns are EB2, EB4 and EB6. I start with the lightest colour and my brush nib, and I just flick the colour into her hair. And then I turn that round and I flick back from that section in the opposite direction. You can see that there. And then I do the same with the darkest colour. I turn her round, flick, always preserve the highlight in the centre. Take your lightest colour and flick that in. And you'll start to build up that beautiful, beautiful texture in the hair. And you would treat every one of these little areas of her hair as a separate piece. You see, that's the flesh colour, so I just want to take the harshness out of the white. Look how lovely I've got that shine on her fringe or bangs, depending on whereabouts in the world you are. We can do the same with our florals. So here with my florals, I could use my brush tip, or I could use my real little bullet tip here as well if I wanted to, because these are smaller areas. So I can go in with my lightest colour, and then I can go in with my darkest colour, and then I bring that out with my medium. So you see the technique with colouring with these Illustrator markers is very similar to all of the techniques that you've been learning for years with all of your other alcohol markers, with the exception that you've got that amazing vinyl polymer high quality brush nib on there, which is going to allow you to get those beautiful soft looks that we've got on her flesh and these amazing flicks in her hair. It really is extremely effortless and very easy to do. And I've got an example here all done to show you what she looks like when you continue with that. This is what you can hope to achieve with that image. And I think it looks truly stunning, doesn't it?
Oh, it looks gorgeous, Leanne. It really does. I need to let you know, I need a less bouncy, I either need to improve my posture or this, can I just show you this chair? Let me show you this chair. No wonder I'm having a nightmare. Look, it's like a scoop. It's like I need to get a more, I think I need to get do you reckon I could get an armchair over here for these shows?
Those chairs are very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I slide off the end all the time.
I do, it's like I'm on a little slide. And the problem is though, if you sit on you know what it's like, if you sit up in bed on a funny angle, especially guys all know this, what happens is when you slide down in your underwear and it all ends up bunching up. So you've got to be careful, it's one of those.
Ouchie.
One of those slide. I'm literally giving myself a wedgie this afternoon here in the show.
Ouchie.
Now loads of you have jumped. Oh, there's two of me. That's all you need, Joe squared. A lot of you have jumped and got the complete collection. I need to let you know 50% of the big collection has sold out and gone. We're only just over halfway through the show. That's the starter collection. Oh. 50% of this one has sold out and gone. We're only just over halfway through the show. And remember, so many more of you watch these shows back after. So very, very busy. Of the starter collection, more of you going for this larger collection than the smaller one, as I thought would happen. If you want the starter collection, of course you can. A quarter of the stock of the starter collection has gone. When this one sold out, we'll continue to bring you this one, absolutely we will. When this one sold out, you'll be able to get the individuals. You're not just going to be able to get that fantastic value, because it really is amazing value. Should we do a few more Q&As? Leanne?
Yes, I'd love to.
Rebecca says, in the illustrators, two questions here really. She has the previous illustrators. Can she buy new nibs and put in them because she knows they've changed? And are the nibs in these ones replaceable?
The nibs are replaceable, and yes, you can.
Ah, that's always good to know. Do we sell the nibs?
I'm sure we do. I can't remember whether they're in stock or not though, so I need to check the website. There are definitely nibs that you can use, and because you refill the marker from the nib end, so the nib end comes out and you refill it and you put the nib back in. So we will absolutely be selling replacement nibs.
So you can replace the nib and you can refill the pen itself as well?
Yes, you can.
Oh, that's always good to know, isn't it? Laura says, when we're talking about the way we were talking earlier, the word noir, you have to say in a smoky, sexy accent. She says that's what she thinks it is.
Spectrum Noir.
Spectrum Noir.
Noir.
Noir. Sonia says, y'all, I won't do the accent, y'all are the bomb.com together. Thank you very much, Sonia, because when you were talking about the bomb earlier, they say the bomb.com in her part of America. Kerry is asking, are the techniques that you use with the illustrators in any way similar to the techniques that we use with the aqua markers?
No, they're not. It's very, very different. So with your aqua marker, you're laying down colour and then you're moving it with water. With an illustrator, it would not move with water. So you're using all of the different illustrator markers and that nib to get all of the colour flicked on there to get that light and shade that you would achieve with water with an aqua marker.
Okie doke. Donna's saying, and someone else commented, no flicking on the face. How do you know when to flick and when not to flick?
So if you look at me, mind you, this might not be the right thing to do. I look at my hair? Has it got, I mean, it's mad. It needs doing, as we've just been talking to Joe about.
Leanne O'Sayer, as I always used to call you.
Yeah, Leanne O'Sayer, I know. I don't feel like, no, I won't do it. And so all of that texture in there, all of that movement requires a flick. But I've put that much face on this morning, it's smooth, it's hardly moving. I've got my Lily Savage on. So basically smooth texture for skin, but then anything that's textured or has movement, you would flick. And honestly, it doesn't really matter. If you're happy with the result when you get it, then that's absolutely fine. I would flick on a butterfly wing, but I wouldn't necessarily on a floral because I think a petal looks textured, unless it's one of those amazing tulips that has lines of red and with the yellow, and then I would use my flicking. So just take your guidance from nature and from the things around you. Does it look like it's got texture? Is it fur or hair or something like that? Or does it look smooth? And then just apply that to it.
Fabulous. Keep getting those questions in. Oh, one last shout out as well. Dawn should have been getting married to Nikki right now. It was meant to be their wedding day.
No.
They love watching our show. So big shout out to you guys. Sending you lots of love. I hope you get it rescheduled. I had a wedding for August, not my own. Gosh, I haven't found anyone that brave yet. But when I was attending, that's been moved back to next year. I think a lot of us are having to have them put off. So, also, Donna did ask, why no flicking on the face? I think that we sort of covered that there as well. Anything else, get it into us over on the Facebook feed. You can email questions if you're not into Facebook at all, you're watching us on the website, you could email your questions to us. And also you can send your pictures via email to us as well, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. I do need to let you know as well, it's been such an amazing show so far, so full of stuff. I haven't even talked to you about the fact there's a craft fault at the end of this show, and there is, and it's a stonking great one as well. I was just having a look at it and going through. Now, I need to remind you again about the Amazing Hero stamp collection, really busy here, 1996 or 2780. A third of the stock has now sold out and gone. The stock of this is going to land in our warehouse any minute, either today or tomorrow. So these will be dispatched on Monday along with everything else in your order. Something else that's always busy when we bring them to you are the Annabelle Spenceley stamps. These are a fairly new addition here to us at Crafters Companion. And these are coming along with two of the rocker blocks there for $29.99. They're really gorgeous, very modern, a lot of fun. A lot of you have recently gone for some of our Spectrum Noir mediums recently. Now, if you have, then you might be in the market for some of our trays. Really busy on these trays. It is a fantastic price for them as well. So do grab them. $15.99 or $19 for those. The Spectrum Noir 72-piece carry case, we've got this on the show for you as well. $23.50 is the price for that, or $31.50 if you're in the US. It will carry up to 72 of your markers. Now, is this the one that also will take the tri-blends, or is it not the one that takes the tri-blends too? I can't remember. I don't think it is, no. But this is perfect for your classiques, for your illustrators. It's wonderful for all those sorts of cards. Now, there's so much still to come. I don't know how we're meant to cram everything that you've got planned into the next 41 minutes, Leanne, but I'm sure you'll do your best. What do you fancy showing us next?
So do you know what? We've got this amazing image downloadable for you on the website if you're tuning in. And actually, if you want to practice more of your skin techniques that you've just seen there, this image is truly gorgeous. And then I want to show you how easy this is. But look, I just want to show you, look at this. So each one of these is coloured with that starter set of 36 markers. And look how amazing each one of these are. Same image, coloured in a different way, and you can see how beautiful they are, every single one of them with that starter kit. Glorious, isn't it? So we're going to have a look at how to do this with her skin and her hair. So we're taking the 3 markers that come for the skin out there, and we're taking our FS4, FS8 and FS7. They're the 3 flesh colours that come in your 36 set. And then I'm taking Rose Blush. I'm going to give her a pink blush. I can't decide if I'm going to do a pink blush or a coral blush. So I'll decide that in a sec. I think it's probably going to be pink, but you know, never say never. And then what we do is we take our lightest colour and we just apply that to the base of the face. And what you do is preserve your highlight. And that simply means that you don't colour in the centre of the face, you leave it white, because we're coming back to that last. And by taking the colour around the outside of the face, can you remember when we started talking about spheres, cylinders and triangles? Well, a face is kind of like a sphere and a cylinder, where the centre look is the lightest area. So that is why I'm leaving the centre of the face with no ink to start, because it's exactly what we talked about right at the beginning in terms of being able to get that beautiful dimension on your colouring. Okay, so I'm just popping that there, leaving it blank in the centre. So remember, we've got the cylinder, the sphere for her face, and actually the cylinder for her neck, which we can see here. So we're going to leave the centre of her neck whiter. Now, when we've done this and we get to look at me again, I'm going to explain to you why you leave these areas of the centre of the face and the centre of her neck the lightest, because it'll make more sense. But we'll just continue with the image and then I can explain that to you later. So now I've got the darkest colour of my Flesh collection in that Essentials, and notice how I'm just tracing that round over the lightest colour again, and I'm just going in the hairline, in where her hair is falling over her face, around where the florals are falling onto her face there, coming around, and then under where the chin is, and just bringing that all around to get the darkest colour in there. If you go over where the hair is or where a flower is, don't worry, because you're coming in to colour that later. It's not the end of the world. So that's the darkest, and then we take the medium, which is my FS7 in this case, and we use the medium colour to bring that darkest one out more into the centre of the face. You can see there, so just bringing that out into my preserved highlight, and then I take my lightest colour and I bring that all the way out into my preserved highlight, and I start to get that lovely transition, soft, smooth blend on this face, from the dark, from the periphery of her face, where it would be darker, where her hair and any florals and any light, where there would be shade naturally on her face. And I start to build this in to the centre of the face now. And you can see how easy that is and how it takes dimension almost immediately. Now what I can do is just add just down here, the side of her nose, where there would be a little bit of shade, and that is to I'm chiseling again. I'm chiseling her features in. So you see your nose, it would be darker, and I'll show you again when we come to my face. It's tricky, isn't it? And I'll show you that. And then just popping that down there, preserving my highlight in the centre. And this is like how we apply our illuminator, ladies, if that's what you do. And you see how her nose now has taken on beautiful 3D dimension. And if I just explain that to you by looking at my face. My face is round. The furthest point forward on my face is my nose, which is going to be the lightest. So it's the lightest in the centre of your face on your nose, and then it gets darker as it goes back. That's how the light's hitting it, and it's cylindrical. Also, I will have shadow under my chin because that's further forward than my neck. My neck is further back. So under my neck and down the sides will need to be darker. And so when you're colouring your image, that is how you apply your colour. So you can see on the tip of her nose there, I've left that light. But then I started to chisel this colour down the outside there, just on the left and right. And I use my darkest, I use my lightest to bring that out, and then, my middle tone, and then my lightest just to smooth all of that in. And look at the dimension I get on her face immediately just by a couple of little brush strokes. And what you would do here with under her neck is you would have it much darker down the side, and you would have it darker under the chin because the face would be casting a shadow, and then it would get lighter as it comes down. So it's not that tricky at all. I do cover all of these types of things in the DVDs that I do, if ever you want to have a look at those. But actually everything I'm explaining to you in this masterclass is getting covered anyway. So you can see how I did a dark under the chin and then light as I came down the neck, and it started to build that beautiful dimension.
Bernadette's got a question.
Yes.
Bernadette, she says, Ohio, Bernadette.
Ohio.
Because if you say hi to people in Ohio, you have to say, Ohio.
Oh, I see.
See what I mean?
Right, okay.
See what I mean?
I like that.
She says she would really love to be able to colour some of her friends of colour. And can you give her some hints and tips about different skin tones, so for people of colour?
I can. Here we are. So this set of 36, you can get this warm skin tone, this cool skin tone, this one which is a bit cooler again, but look, a really beautiful dark skin tone. I'm going to turn this over. I've got a note on the back of what colours I have used. So I'm going to tell you, and these colours are in this 36 starter set.
Wonderful.
You have got on this one EB2, EB4, EB6, CR9.
Fantastic.
Gives you that skin tone. If you want this skin tone, I'm going to do it for all of them, and then you've got it as a permanent record, haven't you, on this masterclass? You've got FS6, FS7, FS8, PP4. We're doing PP4 in a minute. That's the same skin tone I'm doing here.
I just popped out for a PP4.
For
You doing that last
did you?
demonstration?
Oh, Joe went out for PP. Was it a PP5 or 4?
It was a PP1.
Okay,
Good.
PP1.
It's good to
And
know.
on this one, we've got FS6, FS7, FS8, which is the same as what I'm doing here, and then I'm going to do some lovely blush. On this one, which is much warmer, we've got FS7, FS8, CR5, and PP6. So there you go. Hopefully that is helpful for you. Now,
I hope that helps, Bernadette.
look, I've got other ones to show you. Look at these. So this is when you go for your big collection, Joe. Look at this. How glorious are these?
Wow.
This is when you go and you extend your starter collection into your bigger collection. This one for the skin is EB1, EB3, EB5, EB7, MG5, MG4. Actually, your starter set will do that for you. This one, oh my word, glorious. This one is, and this will need your extended set, your bigger set, TN1, TN2, TN4, FS8, and AP3 and AP4. How gorgeous that. Look at this skin tone. This is more olive skin tone, and for this one I think it's important I tell you this. I'm loving this. This is your MB, so TN3, TN4, GB10, EB5, EB8. That gives you that skin tone there. And then I think we'll give you one more. We'll give you this one.
Oh, I like the Scandinavian.
You like this one? Okay,
there,
we're going with this one. We're going Scandi for Joe. This is TN1, TN2, TN3, FS4 and CR4. So there we go. And do you know what I'll do? We'll get these photographed and put on our website, and I'll list all of the colours for you so that when you do this download, you can go and copy the colours from your set and create these beautiful images. Now to get... Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, that's fine. I just wanted to quickly recap just a few points.
Yes,
a lot of
sorry.
people saying I went for the starter kit on HSN. It's this starter kit just here that you went for. Yes, I believe it was exactly the same starter kit that we had on the show. If I go for the big kit, am I going to get some repeats in the smaller kit? You will get some repeats in the smaller kit. As Leanne said, I don't think there's anything really wrong in have a few repeats there. If you did want to, if you've already got this kit and you wanted to extend, then you can get some of the larger, the 12s individually on our website. So you could always go there and stock up on 12s. On each one of the different packs, you will always see it will have all the colour numbers on there. So you'll be able to go through and see which ones you do and don't have and then cherry pick. So you could always do that. I just want to recap the value that you're getting because it is quite unbelievable. A few of you talking in the comments about Classiques as well. We've got very, very good deals on the Classiques also available in the show. We'll do those in a few minutes and I'll take you through some pictures of the Classiques bundles because they're really good value still there as well. Let's look at... It's really busy on the starter, but it's much more busy. Was that a word? Much more busy? I don't think it is. Much busier on the larger collection. So that's where I'm going to go, and I'm going to break it down. I'm going to break down the value for you. I'm going to do so in pounds. Now, we looked, myself and Leanne. When I say we, it means Leanne, looked online for the show and just looked at what the brand leader, the market leading brand was doing with regards to these sorts of markers. And we thought that when we did our research, a 24 marker pack for about £169 was within the realms of kind of what you're going to be paying. Of course, there's going to be less expensive brands. There's going to be more expensive brands out there as well. So that is, gives you an idea of the value we bring you. Now, if you take off, so within the large kit, what you're going to get is you're going to get 2 of the storage, pen storage trays. You're going to get the cardstock, you're going to get the stamp, and you're going to get the ink pad as well. All of that comes in. Now, the total for those extras that you got, which, let's face it, these are things that you would have come back and bought anyway at a later date. That's £53.95. So you take that off the cost of your larger collection, it comes to £126.05. That's really what you're paying for these pens. Now, if you break that down by the amount of markers that you're getting, which is 96, it's £1.30 per pen in this configuration. When we talked about that brand leader earlier, you were looking at over £6 a pen. So it gives you some idea of the value you've got, and is reason why over 50% of the stock has gone. Now, £1.30 per pen in Club Inspire, you're probably going to be getting that down to much closer. If you're a platinum member, you'll be saving 20%. So if you're a platinum member, you save 20%. So if you were in the UK, you'd get £36 off of that. So you'd be paying 140 something pounds, which really now is amazing value. An extra 180 or 300 points is probably going to push you up. Well, it would make you, in the US, would make you a bronze member alone just on this purchase, which is fantastic. Now, if you're not familiar with Club Inspire, I would say if you are familiar with Club Inspire, now's a great time to get your order placed. I know you guys are so in love with watching Leanne's demos, as I am too. And now's a great time to place your order. If you're new to Club Inspire, then here are all the details.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now, on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money-saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind-the-scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
Oh, I really wish you could hear the conversations that we have under those pieces of video. Oh, Anna Marie has done all the working out for me. You're so good, Anna Marie. £1.05 per pen in the UK with platinum discount. So that's what I'm going to write on here. So all platinum members will get paying about £1.05 per pen, which is great. I mean, that's Anna Marie's maths, not mine. So if there's a problem with that, Anna Marie, it's all on you. But thank you so much for that. Right, I'm going to hand you back to Leanne. We've had such an incredibly busy show, Leanne. I'm so excited, aren't you, for everyone that's going to be getting these pens home and trying them in the next week or so.
I really am, and I can't wait to start seeing the images that you share all over our social media of what you do, because you are going to be able to achieve everything that I've been showing showing you really quickly and easily, because for all you might be a little bit intimidated by a brush marker, you really should not be. They're incredibly simple to use. I'm going to continue and finish this face, which is this fabulous free download we've got for you. And this was drawn by a very good friend of mine, Jo, Sharon Callis.
I know Sharon.
Who a lot
Lovely
of you
Sharon.
will know. She's an incredibly talented
She
artist
is
and crafter.
also truly hilarious and tells the best stories. Once at Creighton Craft, she was putting her sat nav on to get to the hotel, and anyway, she left Creighton Craft. She came back 2 hours later, and she couldn't get back to the hotel because the road was closed. 2 hours she'd been going around and round, and I still nearly wet myself now. And she tells me the story. Ask her next time you see her.
She's probably still going round and round right now. All this time. That's brilliant. Now, what I'm doing is I'm giving her a green eye. And so I've just gone with the darker green at the bottom and top, and then with the little lighter green just at the sides, and that just gives a little bit of brings her to life immediately, doesn't it? Just popping her a little eye in there, which I love. You can also give her some eyeshadow as well if you want to. Now, to put the cheek in, this is important. Never do a circular cheek, because you definitely end up looking like you want a cup of tea and a piece of cake. You look like Aunt Sally. And so you definitely need a triangle chiseling in there. And your brush nibs are brilliant for that, because what you're able to do is chisel, 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 chisel. There we go. Now, don't worry about what that looks like just now, because it's going to look a lot less scary in a second. And I'm doing the same here, chisel, 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 but the little flower's in the way. So you can see how that has come across there, both sides. Then what you do is you take your medium colour and you come up to the edge and you just blend that out. So you just soften it. And you see what happens immediately is it takes away that horrible triangle look, starts to look much softer, because all of the brush nib and the magic ink formulation in here does that work for you. All I've done is tickle it, and it does the blending, and then I come and tickle the lightest to bring that out here. And actually what I end up with is just a beautiful soft glow on her face, left and right, to start and chisel that face in.
She looks a bit
exquisite.
Egyptian. I don't know why.
She does.
I think
the shape
it's
of her eye.
It's her symmetry, I think, is what it is.
Yeah, it is the shape of her eye. She's beautiful, isn't she?
Have you ever done that thing where you cover up half your face and take a picture of it and mirror it?
No.
Oh, it's horrific. Mine is anyway. Would you know that's what they reckon is why we think some people are beautiful and some people are not beautiful? It is the symmetry of your face, apparently, that makes you beautiful. So if you take a lot of supermodels, for instance, you put a line down their face and mirror one side, they look the same. I look like two different people when I do mine.
Oh, I'm going to look like the Elephant Man.
I saw what's his name? Bradley Cooper in The Elephant Man.
Did you?
He's very good.
Bradley Cooper, he's my second husband.
Is it? How many second husbands have you got?
Well, a couple. You know, I'm not fussy, but don't tell Mr. C.
Well, I'll see him later. I'll tell him.
We won't be happy about that, I don't think. But look, did you see what I did with the blush there? Did you see how I continued the colour of the blush under her neck just to get that nice flush? And it brings the uniformity of the colour all the way down. Now, I want to show you about her hair, because this hair that Sharon has drawn for us is perfect for your colouring. Absolutely perfect. So I'm going to take my 3 EBs. Did you notice how, because it was really perfect, I changed my voice? I don't know why I do that. It was perfect, really perfect. Anyway, that was a bit market trader, but never mind. And so what you're going to do is take each strand in its own right, and you're going to do your flicking exactly as I've shown you all the way through this masterclass, and you're going to treat each curl separately. And this is definitely where you want to do flicking. So I'm going to colour this little bit in round here, a little bit more solid, because it's coming round. And then as I come round, my curls were in the way there. Flick, 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 as I come round the corner. So you can see I've got that happening there. And then I just take my my EBs and I repeat the process. So I'm flicking the colour on, and I'm doing longer and shorter strokes, and then I do exactly the same coming round this way, Jo, which is very easy to do. And then I'll fill in the bottom of that curl in a second. Focus on the flicking for now. Come round, do a few longer little strokes there, you can see. So you see how it's starting to join a little bit more. And then we do flicking this way.
Robin's off since we mentioned Bradley Cooper. She's like, I love Bradley Cooper with about 7 O's in it. She says precious as well. And I don't know what that is. I don't know. Maybe are you doing impressions of Bradley Cooper? I'm not sure what's going on there.
Me neither.
I must say, my favourite Bradley Cooper film. Have you seen Silver Linings Playbook?
No.
Oh, it's about people. It's about mental health. People suffering with mental health issues, and it is like. It's accurate. A friend of mine who's a doctor said it is like clinically very, very accurate.
Oh,
it's
really?
actually quite educational as well as an amazing film and a little bit sad as well. I tell you what I am watching at the moment, Leanne. It's a bit saucy.
Yeah.
But it's more than a bit saucy. Normal People, which was on BBC. It's an Irish drama about a young couple who fall in love. Oh, it's really good.
Oh, I think I've seen a clip of that.
It's giving me all the feels. You know, when you become so invested in something, you're like, it makes you almost anxious, you know, because you really want it to like it go the way you want it to go. It's one of those. It gives you all the feels, and it's quite good because I'm quite deaf and there's not a lot of talking in it. There's a lot of very sort of, you know, whimsical, long panning shots, and it's all about how they feel, not really about what they're saying. It's definitely one. Add it to your list.
I might have to watch that. I tell you what I'm watching at the minute on your recommendation, which is also a bit saucy. There's a theme here, Joe. Hollywood.
Oh, I've completed it. How amazing. On Netflix.
Oh, my word.
Oh, my gosh. Have you guys in the US seen it? It's so good, isn't it?
So you see that strand of hair starts to get all of that beautiful dimension and just flicking the colours in. And then as you continue, you see you get that beautiful, treat each strand separately. Doesn't matter which colour configuration you use, you get that beautiful shine on the hair. Looks glorious, doesn't it? Really, really beautiful. And you would just continue colouring that in and then doing the florals. Very easy to do.
Wonderful. Laura in Stamford says that Joe Remnant's crafter's companion is my next husband. Thank you. Kissy face. I'm not sure if you mean next husband or second husband, because I think you can have a second husband whilst you've got one. That would imply you need to get rid of the husband you've already got, Laura, which concerns me because I'm sure he's a lovely guy. Okay, I really need to remind you about the pens. I'm just going to break down the value once again because I know a lot of you now are placing your orders as we get to the end of the show. I'll take you through. There's some confusion about if you're going for this large collection, do you need to go for the smaller collection? No, it's a choice. It's not a case. I know we normally bring you a small collection with an expansion pack. This isn't like that. The 36 pens that are in the smaller collection are within this large collection. So you're going to get 96 markers here in total, which is amazing. I mean, there's going to be pretty much nothing that you can't cover in here within these markers. So you're going to get in the 6 pieces, which are along the bottom and up the side here, you're going to get basics, hues, tints, portrait, earth, tones, essentials and neutral, which is great. And then you're going to get 4 of the 12 packs here, which are your sketching, figure, landscape and seascape, which is fantastic. There's so much value within there. What you're also then going to get as well in this collection is 2 of the pen storage trays. So you're going to get 2 sets of this. You're also going to get some cardstock, some of this gorgeous Nina cardstock, which is brilliant to use with these pens. You're going to get as well the alcohol-proof dye ink pad, which is what you need to stamp out and to give you something to get going with. We're going to give you as well the Mother Nature, which is that one just there. So you need to get all of that. Now, to give you an idea of the value, I know I said it earlier, but when we looked online, myself and Leanne, we looked at the market-leading brand that's out there and this type of pen that they bring to you, and they had a collection of 24 markers for £169. I need to caveat that and say that there'll be brands out there that sell you markers that are much more expensive, and there are brands out there that sell you them that are much less expensive, but that is a kind of, we felt that that was a good sort of rule of thumb. So that was about £6 a marker you were looking at there. Now with this, what I've done is totaled up all of the extras. Now the extras come to £53.95, and they're not extras. It's not like you're buying a walkie-talkie and we're going to give you a free traffic cone. You know, it's not like you're buying some glitter and we're going to give you a hard hat. These are extras you've got to use. You probably would have come back and bought these extras anyway. So if you take off the £53.95, the true cost then of the pens is £126.05 for 96 markers. That is shut the front door, shut the back door, put the bins out, run up the road naked and kiss the milkman kind of great value that we're talking about. And when you work it out, at £1.30 in pounds per pen is what we're talking about when you choose to get it in this configuration. I'm really really worried about the stock. The stock is flying out the door. 60% is gone. When this sells out, we'll have the smaller collection for you, but I know what you Crafters Companion super fans are like. You're gonna want to go for this big collection. Please don't miss out on it. Please don't forget about the hero stamps as well. Of course, if you want to go for the smaller collection, you can, but this is where the best value is coming from. And I'm just hearing there's 8 times as many of you going for the large collection as there is for the small collection, so it gives you some idea of how busy we are. Right, do you know what, Leanne? I need to get myself set up. Oh, well, that's rough, isn't it? Laura from Stamford's just messaged back, and she meant to write, Bradley Cooper is my next husband. I think what she did is, this is so funny. What she's done is she replied to the comment, and when you reply to the comment, it obviously tags the person who you replied to. Well, that's like I've lost a pound and found a penny there, haven't I? That's
down to earth with a bump, that, Joe. That's crashing down. That's like taking the ice cream off a kid, that. Really, it is. Now, what I'm going to do now is show you how with these fabulous Illustrator markers, we can layer up new colours. So actually with alcohol markers, if you haven't got a beautiful brush tip, it can be a little more difficult or a little more tricky to do this. We're going to have a look at how easy it is with our markers. So I've got my pink violet and I've got my pink violet 3 and blue turquoise 3, and we're going to layer this up to get a beautiful ombre on my butterfly wing. Now, I would usually treat each little section separately, but for the purposes of a quick demonstration, I'm going to choose one whole section. So first things first, I'm going to lay down some of my pink violet, and I am using my flicking as I've shown you many times. Remember, you're going to practice these flicks yourself when you get your markers home, and I'm flicking out the pink violet all the way practically to the tip, but I'm varying the length of my stroke. Okay, so there's the pink violet. Then what I'm going to do is from the opposite side with my blue turquoise 3 is I'm going to flick back in the opposite direction, and I'm going to overlay the colour. So what you will get as I do this, and I'm going over the pink violet when I do it, and then I'm going to pick it up and show you the truly stunning result you get where the colours overlap. This is how you can create a beautiful ombre and iridescence between different colours. Let me pick that up and show you. So you can see you've gone from the turquoise through to more of a mauve, through your pink and the different intensities of that colour, down to the lovely colour at the end there. How exceptional is that? Let me show you with another combination. Let's go with a nice yellow and keep that blue, and we'll do it from the other side. So let's start with the blue this time at the tip. And I love to do this, and I'm going to show you with a Molly Harrison set of wings in a second as well. You just have to tell me, guys, when I need to stop talking, because I can talk about this forever. So we're flicking the colour on, and it's the blue turquoise this time. And I'm starting all the way down at the base, and you can see I've got my marker on an angle, so I'm doing my lovely, big, broad, soft flicks. So I've got that lovely, soft transition. And then, yes, Joe. Okay, Joe.
I'm mid sort of breaking down and setting up for Craft Vault, but this just sounds a bit rude, which is why I feel I must read it, which is unlike me. Leanne, can you post the pictures of the front? No, Leanne, can you post the frontal lady pictures? And the colours used on your Facebook page as reference for us. Frontal lady pictures. I think I know what you mean, but it does sound a little bit rude, Barb. I'm not going to lie.
I will most certainly post my frontal lady pictures on my Facebook page for you.
Luckily, they're not full frontal though, so
this afternoon, it's these frontal ladies that are going on my Facebook page later.
A selection of frontal ladies.
A selection.
Right, I need to keep getting set up
for
menu.
Sorry. Fantastic. Now, you see, I did exactly the same with my turquoise and my yellow. I bring that up. Look, yellow through green, through a deeper intensity, through to the turquoise. So just use 2 colours and you're able to get that beautiful transition. So I've got 3 markers here. Now I'm going to do the yellow and pink and see what happens there. I'm going to start with the pink. And I'm flicking it in, so I'm keeping my pen at an angle, so it's my soft flicks that I've got rather than my detail flicks. Remember, detail flicks were for this little guy. These soft flicks are more on an angle with the page. Oops, I went out there. Sorry, forgive me, I'm sure you will. And are much softer. Then I'm going to turn it round and flick back into this in the opposite direction with my yellow marker, and I'm going in a soft flick again, and I'm layering over the pink, but I'm not going all the way down to the bottom. I'm just meeting in the middle, but I'm leaving those flicks in place. When I pick, I mean, look at that, Jo, the glow on it. And it goes from the yellow into the peach, down to the pink. I mean, this is how quick and easy you can do your butterflies effortlessly at home. I mean, really, just look, trust me with these. You've got vinyl polymer, exceptional quality nibs, Japanese nibs. You've got the exceptional ink, which is formulated, actually, I haven't told you this, formulated in the UK. So your ink is UK, your nibs are Japanese. It's all put together into this exceptional quality brush marker, which is no reduction in performance, quality or experience than the market leaders, but the price is a fraction of. And you have got that to use at home. And look how easy it is for me to do this. And you're going to be able to get this effect effortlessly at home yourself, just overlaying these colours and getting a new colour. And one of the things I need to mention too, Jo, is there are other craft brands of alcohol marker out there which have brush nibs in. The quality of that nib is not the same as we have here at Spectrum Noir. You do get premium alcohol marker, top of the range ingredients and all of these markers, and beautiful experience for a fraction of the cost. They really are very high end. Do you want to see how that looks on a Molly Harrison wing? Have we got time? Yeah. So I think what I'm going to do here is just vary it, because I want a lovely ombre to happen here on her wing. So I'm still going to use those same colours I used for my butterfly here. And do leave me some comments and let me know if you love the look of that butterfly. And I'm going to treat each one of these little bits of her wing separately. So I've got my brush nib and I'm going with my pink first. And because I'm using it on a flat, look how long and beautiful and soft I can get those flicks. Now, when it comes down to here, don't do your flicking because you'll flick outside of the wing. So do go more with your detail application there. But when you're going out to the sides, do your lovely light flick out. Okay. And then turn it round and come in from the opposite direction to overlay your colour. And then you flick back in again with your soft flicks. And what you get is this beautiful, beautiful transition between that blue through a violet into that beautiful pink colour that we started at. Joe's chuckling in the corner.
You guys
He's
are
like
all, you're absolute lulls in the comments today. Robin says, you need to say that in the noir voice. Frontal ladies.
Fantastic. That
so
is brilliant. They're so funny. Oh my word. Now look here. I'm going to show you. This is how we get that beautiful iridescence in and the transition on these fairy wings, just using two colours and overlaying them. And it goes all the way from the turquoise through the violet into that first pink colour. Look how glorious that is. And the transition is seamless.
It really, really is. So many of you grabbing these. So exciting. Jan's also asking quickly on Facebook what time Sarah's back. Sarah is hosting on her Facebook page today The Mind. Mind is a mental health charity here in the UK. The Mind Crafternoon, where she's doing some paper origami flowers. That'll be loads of fun. That's coming up at 4 p.m. here in the UK on Sarah's Facebook page. That'll be 11 a.m. if you're on the East Coast. For you, Jan. I think that'll be 5 p.m. if you're in Italy. Leanne, that looks absolutely gorgeous. Can I say it's been gorgeous to spend this afternoon, morning with you, and hopefully we're back together again. Do you know when we're back together?
I think we're back together on Monday, in fact, Joe.
In the morning or in the afternoon?
In the afternoon, I believe.
Ooh, lovely.
So I'm looking for, if I remember my diary correctly, I might have misremembered my diary and it might be an entirely different day because it's Friday and who knows. But it will be next week for certain. And I think it's twice next week. I'm with you.
Oh, fabulous. I cannot wait for that. I just want to recap these details again, just show you a picture of everything you're getting in those collections because the value is amazing. You guys are loving these. A lot of the stock now gone. I'm quite worried about the stock of the large collection actually because there's so many of you going for that, approaching 70% of the stock gone there, £180 or $300. When that sells out, we'll still bring the starter kit to you. The 36 colours in the starter kit are within the larger collection, £74.99 or £119.95. There's some great rubber stamp collections on this show as well. I know we didn't get to see some of this, but this will all work beautifully with your illustrators. £30 or $45 if you want to go for that one. Don't forget about those hero stamps as well. Be dispatched from Monday along with everything else in your order. A third of the stock's gone from those. Don't forget as well, 20% of the sales of those stamps will be donated to the World Health Organization's COVID-19 Solidarity Response Fund. So make sure you grab those. It's just a really good chunk of that money going to a great cause. The storage as well, very busy here. This is a 72, that's a 24, sorry, there, 1150 or 1550. There's a 72 option as well. Go for both of those because if you're going for the 90 something, you'd want to get both of them. 2350 for that one or 3150. And then also the pen trays as well. These will store any of your Spectrum Noir markers that we've brought to you, so make sure you get them. Now, I just want to give you a heads up as well, something we didn't spend any time on, but something that will work beautifully with your illustrators is our classic alcohol markers. There was a masterclass on these 2-3 weeks ago. So you can go back, a Colour Me Happy show 3 weeks ago. You can go back and you can watch all of that. But this deal is available right now. So that is your 72 piece collection for £100. That is incredible value with storage and with a ink pad. Or you can go for 144 markers. Check out all of that lovely stuff that you're getting there. £199 or $250. We've got everyone covered. Now, should we come back and dive into the craft vault? Because I think that's what we do. The craft vault is all about me rummaging around the warehouse, nagging everyone to try and get you the absolutely best deals that we have for products that I know you're going to absolutely love and adore. Now, we're going to start with this. Everything in the craft vault today is half price. So technically it's buy one, get one free. You need to put one into your basket and you are good to go. So what we've got here are these edgeables, and they're these word edgeables that we've got here. This one is Dream that you've got. And you've also got Party in here too. Now Dream, what it does is it cuts over the edge, which is fantastic. And it means that you can do that in there. It's a concept, so you can cut it out and have it coming through an aperture. You've got Dream, you've also got Party. Something I can't wait to do is Party. Oh, it's going to be great when we can all go to parties again. We're going to have the biggest party, Leanne, when all this is over, you know. It's going to be amazing.
It really will.
I can't wait for it. Now, up next, they're $4.99 or $7.95 for those. Double-sided dies. These are just incredible. They really are. They are patented technology. We love them. You will need your double-sided die plates. However, $19.99 each is what you'd normally pay for these. You're going to get both of them. And these are the roses. And what they do is they layer up into these gorgeous roses that you can see here. We've also got sprigs and blossoms for you too. This is great for adding foliage to your different projects. You want to go for those $19.99 each or $24.95 to get both of them. Now, spring is in the air. When does summer, is it summer yet? When does summer start? Anyone?
1st of June.
1st of June. So it's still spring then at the moment?
It is, yes.
We're still in spring, so spring is in the air. I'm glad we all got there in the end. The doily frame, I should have known myself really, shouldn't I? The doily frame is what we've got from the Spring is in the Air collection. It's really lovely, very lacy, beautifully detailed here as you can see. And that's also coming along with the Life is Beautiful. Isn't it just metal dies that we've got here? You've got the writing there, and you've also got the matte element as well within there that you can pop those onto. So make sure you grab those. They are half price as well, $9.99. Finally, as well, we've got two magazines for you. You buy one of the magazines, we send you 2. So in this one, this is Crafter's Inspiration, 69 different projects within this one, which is loads. So they're all in there, all your different projects. Let's whiz you through these. You can see all in there, forward from Sarah, loads of your different products that you already have. Now, not only do you get that, you also then get all the goodies. We love the goodies. Now, the goodies, you're actually getting £50 worth of crafting materials in this one alone, and then 30 in the next one. So you're getting £80 worth of crafting materials for a great price. All that glitters with Fiona Clayton is what you've got just here. It's all about those sparkly inks, and you've got all of your different printable elements within there. You've got some stamps in here. I mean, you pay £4.99 for the stamp collection alone, I should think. And then you've also got the geometric roses, which is this one just here, a really lovely embossing folder. And that's not where we're ending. You get some dies in there too. Shall I put this back? No, I'll leave it. I'll put it back in later. I mean, otherwise we'll never get finished on time. You don't just get that one, you get another one as well. You get So Inspired. And you love this. You guys absolutely adore So Inspired. It's really fantastic. A lot of you may be getting into the sewing, and now there's really great, maybe you're new to sewing, or you just, you're a bit stuck and you just need something, some new ideas. This is fantastic for you. 30 projects in there. You're also going to get a stencil, and you're going to get a fat quarter, which is great, and you're going to get this backpack pattern as well. That's amazing value, £9.99. Imagine how many projects you get in total there. You're getting 30 in that one, and you were getting 69 in that one. That's 99 projects for £9.99. Oh look, 10p a project. It's as if we planned it. It's been such a pleasure to spend this week here with you. It really, really has. Don't forget that the best of is coming up tomorrow, 11 a.m. if you're here in the UK, or 6 a.m. if you're on the East Coast. Loads of you saying it's such a fun show. The first day of summer is the 20th of June, apparently. Thanks for a great week. Have a great weekend. This is Jan. Absolutely. I hope you guys enjoy yourself. Join us for the best of tomorrow. We'll see you back here for a brand new week on Monday. Don't forget, check out your basket on those illustrators too. Take care.